Hey, guess who's back? It's been a while. 3 days. Yeah. You miss me? Haha. Anyway, time to talk about this drawing. I want to do some anatomy. I think that's clear. For references, on Pinterest, I looked up muscles. That's it, just muscles. I would tell you what I used, but Pinterest is not the greatest at telling people, original creators. I also decided to go with strange, kind of demon head. It's definitely not human, that's for sure. Because that wasn't my focus. My focus was torso. And also kind of baggy pants, since I rarely do cloth. That's not just like a draped cape or blanket or something. So I thought I should do some like kind of actual pants. I also was going for some sort of weapon, but then decided, nah, it's magic time. Oh, yep, there's all my ideas for today's drawing. I guess I'll go over stuff when they come up, as I typically do when I do the voiceovers. I was pretty happy with all of it except that raised arm with the little magic. I think it's a little weird, but that might just be me. It's just what I see. I would go over what I'm drawing, like musculature-wise, but I don't know the names of all the muscles, so... Yeah, doing the arms and the pecs. Wow. What detail. I'm happy to hear people have been liking the little silly sketches I've been doing for community posts. I enjoyed doing them, adding a little bit more personality to the characters. Creatures, monsters, whatever you want to call them. I have not done the sketch for this one, but I have an idea of what I'm going to do. Well, I have like 2 ideas, but I'm only going to do one. For the face on this creature, I ended up doing, well, I was going to do like a giant toothy face, but then decided, nah, let's just do like a slab with a normal mouth. But then I still had the toothiness on the sides of the face, as if, like, if you moved the cheeks where you can see the teeth of a person. But this guy just doesn't have cheeks, just has the teeth. And what kind of looks like extra chins, although that wasn't intentional, just kind of happened. Doing the blocking and the shading, and also some extra muscles on the arm there. Now on below the pecs, I did mess up on muscles on the torso, but I do fix it. It's like the ones that look like a stair step is how I've heard them described before, which is kind of how I think of them, but I did them backwards. But I do fix it. If I remember, I'll point it out when I fix them. At this point, I'm thinking that my only light source is probably going to be from that magical fire from the hand, so I'm already adding shading in places that it would not reach. I'm also doing like a faded, desaturated, kind of grayish color between the really dark darks and the areas lit up. And also, I'm not sure if I wanted it to be like a skin or just muscle. It kind of ended up just being muscle, but more, I guess, raw colored and not red, like alive red, like blood red. more like, I don't know, dried muscle red. I don't know what that actually looks like. I've never seen dried muscle in person. I've seen the models of stuff, but that's it. And in some advanced anatomy, or not anatomy, biology class I took, there was corpses. They were not red. Adding more light. Trying to make the really lights really light. Profound. And the darks really dark. I have not fixed the torso muscles yet. Also, the abs on this guy are a little wide, at least at the top. They should not go out that far. There is like a little space between the bottom of the ribs and the abs. I think I kind of fix it near the end. We'll see. We'll see. Coloring in those teeth that I was talking about before. Adding in a little bit of the bottom of the chin. As before, it's just kind of flat. I think it's kind of good practice to draw like this without the skin, even though, or with what doesn't look like skin. Here I am fixing those torso muscles I was talking about. Look at that, so much better. Anyway, as I was saying, I think it's good practice to do this with like either no skin or skin that looks like muscle, just so you can get an idea of how the muscles move, like how on the forearms it's twisting around to get to the wrists. So that goes from the outside of the elbow to the middle of your hand on the back. That was probably a terrible description, but you can see it. Outer elbow wraps around, basically connects into the tendons to the knuckles. And with the skin on, that's harder to tell. You can still tell on some people. Not always. It's just good to know. I did not use a reference for the pants. I winged the pants. I do that a lot though with cloth, because it's hard to find good references for everything I want. Which is why sometimes I just don't use them. This is bad advice. Follow this, I'm not going to call it advice. Follow that, what I just said, at your own risk. Time to add in multiply layer with the desaturated purple, because the background's kind of bluey green and the character's red. So what's between them? Purple. And also I just really like purple shadows. Normally you get purple shadows while outside on a sunny day, but hey, why not in a dark blue-green room lit by some weird magic fire? We respect purple shadows here. So I'm adding white fire because I don't want it to be like actual fire. That's not magical enough. And I was going to put it over the head because that makes sense, since that hand is supposed to be in front of the head. But then I thought, and put it behind, because I do what I want. Yeah, that's the reason. I do what I want, not because it's real. Guess it makes the head stand out a little more. I am very smart. Thank you for noticing. That's also why I added those lines behind the fire, because I wanted to. I think it looks cool. Overlay layer for highlights. I also added some of that background color into the shadows with the overlay layer. And that's it. I'm fixing up the abs here. I don't got much time. Goodbye. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Have a good night. Bye.